A few days ago, Kingston had a seizure. I got the Scrub Extreme, y'all. The Scrub Extreme. This is not a sponsored video. I do not have a sponsorship with these people, but I'm at Scrub Hub and I got a text message like a week or so ago about I can get a 50% off on a Scrub Extreme. It's usually $27. I paid $13.50. Why have I decided to get a car wash today? Like, there's a specific reason why. I just came from my ortho appointment. I have rubber bands on my teeth. I'll explain later. But anyways, I saw a spider on my mirror, on my side mirror, when I was coming out of my ortho appointment, and I had enough. And I've been seeing little spider webs here and there, but I have not seen no spider. And I've had enough, so I want to wash these spiders away so I can stop seeing random spider webs, little spider webs. So hopefully they gone after this. Plus I need to wash anyway. But anyway, yeah, that's basically why I got a car wash today, immediately after I saw that spider today. Hey y'all, so I'm back home. As you can see, I got rubber bands on my teeth, and I have to come back in a few weeks. But anyway, I want to get straight to it. Going to the car wash, the dentist, that's not the point of this video, and you'll know the point of this video because I'll put it in the title. But I wanted to update y'all because I know some of y'all have supported this channel. Some of y'all came across my channel a few months ago when I shared with the world, me and my family, adopting a dog and the process that went behind that. And so I wanted to share with y'all what happened to Kingston recently. Yeah, so for those that may not know about Kingston and everything, Kingston, we adopted him last year, around December, and he's been a good dog. There is some things he does need training on, but anyway, he was basically rehomed. The previous owners, they were moving and they were downsizing, and they weren't sure basically where their next house was going to be, but it was going to be smaller and less room. And also the previous owner, they haven't been giving Kingston as much attention as she would like to, and basically she's kind of outgrown him in a way, because she had him when she was younger, and now I think she's around my age, but she has work and all that stuff, so she wanted to have Kingston go to a family that would be able to give him the love and attention and the care that he needs and everything. Just a good family, because he would always be at home with her mom, and her mom would take care of Kingston, and her mom worked from home, so he would always be in the house. He wouldn't get a lot of social interaction, all those things. But anyway, overall, Kingston's great. But anyway, that's the backstory. We adopted him from somebody else, and we basically got him for free. They gave him a lot of the stuff that he already had. They gave us his cage, his toys, some clothes, his nail clippers, nail grinder, poop bags, a lot of that stuff. They gave us a lot of stuff. Also even some cologne, so he got some cologne. So they were very nice, and it was great. It was great. If you were to ask me, I would say it was definitely God, because it worked out great. Like, we basically got the dog for free. They're good people. They gave us a lot of stuff, so we didn't have to buy things or whatever. Like, we didn't have to buy a whole cage. You know, we already had stuff. But anyway, a few days ago, Kingston had a seizure. And at first we weren't sure, but I kind of had a feeling it probably was. I was in my room. My mom and Kingston were in the living room. And then I was on my phone, but I was up. But I was very tired. But I ended up waking up. I was up for about an hour or so. And I was just scrolling on my phone in bed. I hear my mom call me, and she says, I think something's wrong with Kingston. Like, she called my name and says, I think something's wrong with Kingston. I hear in my room. I open the door. I come and look at Kingston, and he's like shaking a lot, and his legs are like this, and his eyes are like big and are like down. He's like that's how he looked, and it was scary. And basically my mom said she was laying down, she was watching TV, and she was dozing, like she was coming in and out of sleep, and she saw, I guess in her peripheral, that he was like shaking violently or whatever a lot, but she thought that he was probably licking himself or scratching himself, because he, you know, dogs do that. And so she didn't think nothing of it, but she noticed he was shaking a lot, so she sat up a bit and saw what he was doing. And she saw that he was on his side at first. He was on his side and he was shaking violently, like on his side. And then that's when she was like asking what's wrong. And she, you know, dogs are scared. When dogs, you know, dogs, they shake when they're scared of something. They shake when they hear something. They shake when there's thunder. But there was nothing in the environment that would cause him to be scared. No sounds, no nothing. The weather, it was sunny outside. So anyway, she puts him upright, and he's still shaking and everything, and his eyes are big. And so when I come out the room, basically he tries to run towards me, because basically that was the first time I came out the room, and it was around 1 p.m. I would say, or so. But anyway, that was basically the first time him seeing me for the day. So usually when it's the first time him seeing me for the day, he likes to, like, you know, greet me, likes for me to pet him, likes to lick me or whatever. He's excited to see me. So anyway, he was trying to run towards me, but basically he couldn't walk, and his back legs were like dragging or whatever. And so yeah, he couldn't walk, and he was still shaking, and his eyes were still like this. My mom, she asked me, like, do you think you know what's going on or whatever, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. I've never seen this before. I think he might be having a seizure. And I was like, I think we should go to the vet. Like, I didn't want to just wait around and, like, hope it got better. Like, I wanted to go to the vet because, yeah. And then, you know, my mom was like, you know, she doesn't really have, like, the money for that or whatever. And it's like, it's fine. I'll pay for it. It's fine. And, you know, so we hurry up and got dressed. We got there. A lot of the vet places, this was on a Sunday, so a lot of the vet places were closed, which is surprising. I'm thinking vets are, like, 24 hours or whatever. But a lot of the vet places close to us were closed. So we went to the closest one, and they were very good people. And they actually were finna close in a few hours, so we got there a few hours before they closed. But anyway, that's basically the gist. And basically, they end up getting blood tests. They did an X-ray on him, and basically they said if they find something and that's going on when they do the X-ray or blood work, that might be the cause, blah, blah, blah. But they said they don't find nothing, then he most likely had a seizure. And of course, they were asking my mom, 4 different people asked my mom to basically talk about what happened. And when we got to the doctor, she told him what happened. And then the doctor mentioned, like, you know, maybe, like, if this were to happen next time, to probably record, basically to see, like. And I mentioned, yeah, I was thinking, like, when this happened to him, I kind of thought, like, after the fact, like, I should have had recorded him having a seizure. But yeah, but honestly, I was thinking maybe I should record about him having a seizure, but then I was thinking, no, maybe I should not wait start recording. Let me just get dressed and take him, because, you know, it gives the same energy, you know, like when, like, for example, like, there may be bystanders, there may be something happening, someone may be getting beat up or whatever, or for example, police brutality may happen, whatever, something crazy may happen out when you're out and about or whatever. And then there's always bystanders that are just standing, watching, or recording, not doing anything to help the person that's being attacked, whatever, you know, examples like that. I didn't want to just be a bystander to Kingston having a seizure. Like, I wanted to react in a way where, let me get dressed and hurry up and get him to a vet, because we never seen this before. So that's why I didn't record. Part of me was like, maybe I should record for evidence to show, but part of me was like, no, I don't want to be a bystander. And like, what if he just died and he died because we didn't take him to the vet in time to get attention, you know, I don't know. I've never seen a dog have a seizure before. So anyway, that was my thought process, right? So anyway, they didn't find anything on the x-ray or blood work. They didn't find anything. And they got his temperature was fine. And so basically they were like, he most likely had a seizure. So they gave us medicine for him that he has to take for 7 days, every 12 hours. And so they were like, you know, which I have to give him his medicine because my mom forgot to give it to him this morning. But anyways, they were like, if he has another seizure, basically I guess during a 7-day period, because basically the medicine is supposed to lessen the possibility of him having another seizure. And basically if he had another one during this time, then he may have to be put, well, not may, he will have to be put on prolonged medicine, basically for seizures. So far, he has not had one. I honestly don't think he's gonna have one again. I don't know what caused it. It was very weird. And then also they asked, did he go outside? Was he outside like shortly before he had the seizure? And my mom was like, he was outside, but like it wasn't shortly before. It was like, she said, I think an hour or so before, an hour or two before. But basically the doctor was like, oh, like if he had a seizure right after being outside, it could have been him getting stung from a bug or whatever. It could have, because he would have been in anaphylactic shock or whatever. But the doctor was like, since he didn't have the seizure right after coming from outside, and it was like a while since he was outside, then it most likely was a seizure. But anyway, that's basically the gist. Kingston's okay. He's okay. He's fine. He's walking. He's very alert. He's fine. He's eating. He hasn't thrown up, nothing. So he's fine. He's back to normal. But I do need to give him his medicine, and I guess I'll show y'all the process of like what I do for that. So this is the medicine. He has to take diazepam, and it's 5 milligrams, and he has to take it every 12 hours, and he has to take a half tablet. So to give him the medicine, I bought these pill pockets, this greenies. I definitely recommend. It's chicken flavor, capsule size, and it comes in a 30-pack. Actually had these basically around December, because shortly after we got him neutered, because he was not neutered yet. So we got him neutered, and he got a rabies vaccine shot, whatever. And so, you know, he had to have medicine to help with his recovery and pain and everything. So I bought these, and it shows you how to do it. You put the pill in, you close it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. He should have taken medicine earlier this morning. I was still asleep. So he would have had to take his medicine around like 7 a.m. I was not awake at that time. But anyway, I'm gonna give him one now. But this is what it looks like. Let me show y'all. So it has a hole in it. You put the medicine in there. And they have the diazepam and they cut them in half, because that's how it has to be given. Half of a tablet every 12 hours. So I do this. I put it in the hole right here. Like that. And then I just pinch it closed, basically. Pinch it closed. Like that. And now I'm going to give it to Kingston. Got your treat. So look, y'all, he's fine. He's healthy. He's fine. I honestly don't think he's gonna have another seizure at all. How you feel, Kingston? I need to give you your greenie, your dental treat too. Oh, my brother's home. I was telling them about Kingston's seizure. Look, Kingston. Are you trying to kiss me? Oh! As y'all can see, he's okay. He's back to normal now. He just had his medicine. He just wants to lay on me. Y'all, I think I'm his favorite. Mind you, this is my nephew, by the way. I forgot to clarify. Kingston is a family dog, but he's my nephew. His father is my brother that I just showed y'all in the previous clip. Anyways, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next video. Tell them bye, Kingston. Tell them bye.